facility is not at all for those who are irregular and or just 1 minute or those यार अरे आप इसे बंद मत करो, ये पानी चाहिए, किसी को बोलो पानी के लिए. Okay, so let's continue where I have left. So I think in my last class I have given explanation on comparative integrative. Let's have a quick recap. So initially when we started in the first chapter, I have made an emphasis on that how racism and casteism can be two different mechanism or of phenomena by which we are making some sort of superiority and inferiority complexes among individuals. So these two, racism and casteism, is an ideology. Was it always there with us? No, it has been created by humans. So humans have created such differences. Now in the first two pages, which we have learned that differences is natural and differences as per Hume that it is beautiful. We need to appreciate diversification. Now, anthropology is having this major objective to make us explain that how humans are having variations, but these variations are cultural. Biologically, we belong to one species, that is Homo sapien sapien. So biologically we are one, and our culture depends on our location, on our history, on our geography, and also how we have adapted. I am making a crucial point here that your culture, your activity is dependent on your location. So geographical location, definitely history, and then tell me your adaptive skills, survival skills. So do you all realize that I have made this explanation twice? So if I have repeated something, then you should be writing it. Why am I saying this? Because just before I started this SCRT class, you people have little doubt that ma'am, how to understand when we are going back to read the content. Yes, it is a natural phenomenon. It is going to happen with all of us who is now preparing with strategy. We all know that we have to make notes. This is not a rocket science. It is like, we are preparing for civil services, or we are just even preparing for a school exam, any exam, we do have to prepare the notes. Now point here is, how do we have to make the notes? I have made a clarity to all of you. Now your doubt is actually going to be a gateway of your success. Right? How? Because now you are asking yourself. So I'm just trying to tell that you people have to understand that when I'm explaining this SCRT to all of you, okay, you need to be highly active. Be present mentally as well. And for that, you need to be very alert. If I am making any redundant statement, what is redundant? Yuvraj? Redundancy. What is redundancy? If I am speaking something on any idea twice, right? So it means it is going to be important for you. So that has to be, now you people have to apply corner note making method, and then you need to write it out. Now redundancy looks fine when a lecturer or professor, like when a teacher is speaking, because I am trying to make you explain crucial point. So that should be your signal in your brain. Okay, that now it should signify to all of you, since Huma ma'am is repeating this, it is to be important for all of us, so that you will write it down. Okay, so this is how you people are going to identify the important statements and the points. Okay, important points. Okay, so for that, you people have to be active. And Abhi, I'll just make you understand that why I was emphasizing on this point. Again, I need to complete on redundancy. So when I'm speaking something twice, thrice, as a faculty, it is my job to do that. But it is a major sin in writing and speaking during your personality test or in writing. You cannot waste your time repeating the same point again and again. So often this happened that when you people are going to go back home and making your notes, so you people may repeat because I have repeated in my class. So you would also going to repeat in your notes. No, 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 don't do that. Okay. Now let me just tell you that why I was emphasizing on that particular point. So the point is very simple. Anthropology is telling us that if I deal with bio part, so bio we are one. That is Homo sapien sapiens. So we are one. Yes, we do have diversity. And diversity is social cultural.
फिर तो ठीक है.
So we are one biologically. We are one biologically, but we have diversity in a socio-cultural part. So that is in our actions. In our actions. Okay. So this is an essence of biosocial part. Now I explain about diversification. So biologically, so you are one. Homo sapiens sapien can't do anything. You people are humans only. Though if I have to explain phenotype, you would find again that there are biological variations also. I look very different, you look very different, though we are one. So this is universality. Okay, so again, see, I have given you explanation on a word called universality. And UPSC did ask question on universality by attaching to social cultural part. So universality, how can you explain universality? So if I'll talk about humans, so humans will have certain features which I am drawing, though my drawing is not very good, but I do not consider myself any less than my sister. She is an artist. She's an artist. She is making a lot of money by making goras pool. She's making and then she is right now in US and saying this is Indian picture, this is Indian whatsoever. Anyhow, I'm just kidding, huh? Trying to make all of you laugh. So biologically, universally, we will have these features whom we call as human being, right? Now, do we have universality in culture? Yes, we have. Yes, we have. You go anywhere, you will find family institution. You go anywhere, you will find people having belief in religion, which you call as God. You people will find that individuals are mating. So marriage rules you will find. You will find power. You will find people are working to survival. So these are cultural universals. These are cultural universals. So we do have biological universals that I have explained. As a human being, I will have the kind of biological organs which I am right now. So if just imagine if I'm not having heart, so I would not be working. If I will not have liver, so there's a proper system. No, so humans are made up of different systems. So I have digestive system, I have reproductive systems, I have endocrine system, I have endocrine glands, which is responsible for secreting hormones, right? So your pituitary gland is here. So pituitary gland is responsible for releasing which types of hormones? Estrogen, testosterone, right? Then you have pancreases. What is pancreases? Where it is? It is responsible for which type of hormones to release? Insulin, right? So if you have any issues, you have diabetes, right? Then you have adrenal glands. It is also responsible for maintaining salt and that, right? So we do have endocrine glands, and it will be there with all of us. Why? And we do have other glands also, which is known as duct. Okay, so endocrine glands are also known as ductless gland, right? See, we do have mechanisms, we do have liver, we do have heart, and I have just told you about the reproductive organs also. So, and also there are stages, every humans go through the stages. So when we are zygote, so the zygote is our first cell, right? And then we have multiplication, mitosis, meiosis, everything is happening, and XY chromosome. What is the XY chromosome? What is that number? 23. So they are responsible for particular gender. If we have to just tell that who is responsible for particular gender, it's always going to be male, because male has X and Y and female has only XXX, right? So there are mechanisms. It is universal, whether for Indian, whether for Goras. It is responsible for everyone, right? Now it makes all humans having some universal physical characteristics. Okay, so you will have your blood circulatory system, you will have your nervous system, you will have your skeleton system, you will have your peripheral nervous system, you will have Broca Wernicke area in your brain. I am always making these two names again and again because UPSC several times asked 10 markers on Broca and Wernicke area from biological anthropological part. Okay, so you will have your frontal lobe, you have your temporal lobe, you have your parietal lobes, you have occipital lobe, and these are responsible for your brain function. So you have different, like say biological similarities. Yes, it functions differently according to your metabolism. Clear? Now, social cultural part में जो मैं बार-बार emphasize कर रही थी, what I was emphasizing now, can you just tell me that we do have, our culture is totally dependent on our geography, on our adaptive survival skills, and also geography is like location only. Then how natural resources are there, what you have done. So here I am referring to particularism, right? So your culture is very particular to your location. Is this point clear to you? So when I am making this point that your culture is totally dependent on your particularities. Particularities, okay? So this is historical particularities. And you can also call it as historical particularism. And this is a concept given to us by Franz Boas, modern anthropologist, and UPSC did ask several times on him, Franz Boas. Okay, so you will read Franz Boas in your social cultural part exclusively. He is known as father of modern anthropology. So he is also trying to make a similar point that whenever we are trying to understand culture, we do have to understand, we need to focus on specificity, particularism. Is this now clear? Now, have I given you some value addition to the point? Right? So when you'll go back home again tomorrow, like once you'll go back home, this is for not only for my classroom students, it is also for those who are listening to me through my channel, Anthropology Club. Or if you people just coming through, do not take this classes just leniently. Now, because I'm planning to cover entire SCRT, and it will be for all of you. So you people also make your notes the way I'm explaining. Okay. Now, when you'll go back home, what you people will do? I have just explained that point to all of you. That I was just telling you about that so far what we have understood, right? So biosocial part, I have given you some important part that yes, we do have to appreciate diversity. And while explaining diversity, I have also now given you value addition. So it is like, then when you people are going to make your notes, you can start that. Dr. Huma Hassan has started the classes like that, where she was just explaining that biosocial part, bio is like we belong to, all repeat everything. Okay, so when you will see this note, it will click to you. Now what you have to do, just you people have to write in your own words. As Yuvraj have said that he has to explain to the book, to the copy. You have to explain to the notebook what you have understood. Now you got the clarity? Now we'll begin where we have left. So I think then we also have discussed biosocial characteristics. We also have discussed field anthropology. We discussed about participant observation when I was discussing that how anthropology is a field science. I brought one thinker name. Can anyone tell me? Malinowski, right? Coolering ceremony, 10 marker question did come. So you can see, if you analytically see my lecture, you will realize that everything घूम फिर के यूपीएससी के एग्जाम में आ जाता है. पीवाईक्यू मैं कहीं ना कहीं से आपको जोड़ के बताती ही हूँ, बिकॉज वी आर नॉट डूइंग मास्टर्स और ग्रेजुएशन इन एंथ्रोपोलॉजी. गोल बड़ा सिंपल है, हमको 4-5 महीने में ऐसा एंथ्रोपोलॉजी कवर अप करना है कि भाई हम यहाँ पे टॉप करें, 320 से ज्यादा ही लेके जाओ. और ये बहुत पॉसिबल है, बहुत ज्यादा पॉसिबल है. 2 महीने की मेंटरिंग में, नॉट इवन द क्लासरूम क्लासेस, सिर्फ मेंटरिंग में ही एक मेरा स्टूडेंट है, उसको मैंने क्लियर कराया था. क्योंकि आपको डीप तो जाना है, बट बहुत ज्यादा डीप जाना भी नहीं है, और इंटर रिलेटेड करके आंसर्स लिखना है. ओके, दैट इज व्हाई दे वांट क्रिस्पी आंसर्स, 250, 150, 300 words. So it's very much possible. So we can have in-depth understanding, and that too in 5 to 6 months. And I have already told you कि किस तरीके से by March classes will be 2 days and you people will get enough time for making your notes. और उसके बाद your test, right? तो यहाँ तक तो हमने कर लिया था. अब रेलेवेंस ऑफ एंथ्रोपोलॉजी पे क्वेश्चन हम स्टार्ट करेंगे. ठीक है, ब्रांचेस वी हैव डन. रेलेवेंस ऑफ एंथ्रोपोलॉजी. So relevance of anthropology में again we have got question for 10 marker. Now you people can realize that how important SERT is for anthropology. So do you think that anthropology is relevant for us? Page number 19. फिर भी नहीं आया ये.
P plus Q plus.
Okay, it's page number 20. Write down relevance of anthropology. Now, before reading relevance of anthropology, let's ask ourselves, okay? Do you think that anthropology is so far was any relevant to you for understanding about human species? Because as I have said that we need to develop our analytical abilities, and that can only come when we are asking questions. Now you people have to ask questions to yourself. Do you think that anthropology is relevant? Do you think that anthropology is relevant enough? Just a moment. Can you just tell me relevance? Anything? Relevance of anthropology? How it is then benefiting you? You just
understand the culture of human beings, by developing a sense of equality we should need to develop. We are not by discriminating each other by, on the basis
you're being more human.
we are being more human.
So it is going to help you to have coexistence. Anyone else? You try. Do you think that any relevance of anthropology on of online aspirants? Please switch on your camera. If you people want me to talk to you, please switch on your camera. I cannot talk to the names which are written. I've told in my class. I've told all of you. In every class, I'm asking what is wrong with online students. Why people are not switching on your cameras? Nidhi, Rani, everyone. Those who are taking classes in the library, make sure that you take class in a place where you people can switch on the camera. How can I talk to all of you? It's just not the first class, no? Switch on your camera, everyone. And use your mic. This is not a regular classes. I've told you classes has to be very interactive. I need to check your level of understanding. Can you just tell me, Nidhi, what is the relevance of anthropology? Rani, Pratap, switch on your camera. Sleeping and taking classes will not help. Why you people are not switching on camera? Will you on? Then I will stop interacting with online students like this. Yes, you try.
How they born, how they live in past.
But how it help you think like that?
About ethics also, typically we will read in so in our lifestyle.
No, I'm asking you how it is helping you. Why are you helping her? She will answer her own. Pratap, you tell me, do you think any relevance of anthropology in your understanding?
Makes us understand not only the similarity but also differences we share.
Very good. So you can see that कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती. She cried in my first class, I remember, and now she is giving बिल्कुल appropriate answer. तो अब आपको मैं थोड़ी अच्छी लगने लगी होंगी. Okay? Yes. Now you can think that first of all we'll ask before reading any paragraph which is given to us. I am going to explain that paragraph. But first of all we'll ask ourselves, do we have got any differences after reading anthropology, even the 5 pages? Yes, because it is now helping us to develop analytical framework. So what she has said, it is definitely analytical framework. What Yuvraj has said, it is analytical, where you can actually know the root causes of similarities and differences of which particular species are we interested in, which primate? Humans. Now, if you people are developing critical framework to understand human better, then can you not relate it with international problem? You can relate it with the issue of human rights. You can understand bilateral relationship even, right? You can understand any racial wars going on, any ethnic wars. For example, if I'm talking about ethnic wars, you can better understand about Palestine and Gaza war. You can understand Russian and Ukraine war as well. So you can actually correlate in a broader framework. And then you can explain that how these ideologies can be responsible for having diversification or altercations. If we are one, then we're supposed to promote coexistence. Yes, equality. Then don't you think that coexistence we can promote? Yes, Pratap, can we promote coexistence? If you know that you and me can survive together and there is no competition actually over the resources, the way now the global world is trying to explain to us that we have a limited resources, do you understand that? Even it doesn't matter how wealthy you people are or how poor I am, we both have similar biological mechanisms. I can also drink 2 glasses of water. You people also maybe 3 glasses. हम लोगों का biological clock तो एक ही है. Digestive system works equally. There is no discrimination. So our digestive system, oesophagus, all this, teeth, lips, our biological organs is not doing discrimination between a poor or a rich. ऐसे तो नहीं है अडानी के मुंह पे आप जहर डालोगे तो वो एंजॉय करेगा क्योंकि वो बहुत ही अमीर है and you people are giving me poison, so I will suffer. So biology, nature is not doing any kind of discrimination. We all require same amount of food. Now apply Indian philosophy. So there are various philosophies which talks about that it's okay to grasp a lot of wealth, this and that. But yes, if we can control our mind, if we can control our emotion, you would see that you need to eat little. You need to eat to live. There are people who are suffering from obesity. For what? Because they are living for food. We want to live, that's why I am eating food. So there is a huge philosophical difference, isn't it? There is. So anthropology actually is reflecting on that. Right? Now here, analytical framework. So when we are reading anthropology, we are developing our you can say retrospective skills. We are reproving our thoughts. We are being critical. Then after reading anthropology, we are in a position to appreciate diversification. Right? So you people can appreciate diversity. And then you people have broader understanding about human's origin. So now can you think anthropology is relevant for all of us? Yes, it's very relevant for all of us because it is making us more human. Okay, now is this clear? Now let's see what book is saying. Now which method I have applied? First of all, I told you not to underestimate your existing knowledge. You people have enough knowledge. Now you just have to bring it out. What book is saying? So anthropological understanding can be applied at various levels of human life. In anthropology, we study human beings of all time, places and types. Hence, anthropologists are keen to examine the life of even the most isolated, simple tribal communities who are otherwise not considered properly. Now, let's understand of anthropology in detail. Learning of anthropology enables students to have a holistic approach. So, पहला point, आप सिर्फ holistic approach लिख लोगे. It shares different areas of natural and social sciences. The geographical field of anthropology is global, so you people are going to understand people coming from different geographical locations. But in terms of time, it extends to millions of years in the past, because you people are going to also study what had happened during like 4.6 billion years ago. क्या हुआ था? You would be knowing about Mesozoic period, Archaic period. You would be knowing everything in detail. So that would also going to enhance your knowledge skills. You are going to have knowledge on that. You are going to relate it. Okay, so it's just not some years we are going back. We are going back millions of years. So it examines the evolutionary and historical changes and share the concerns of our shared future. Now this is what it is. You people write down this shared future. So anthropology is helping us to predict that also. This is also a very important point that you have to write. When you are understanding past and present in holistic manner, in such a deep manner, it is helping you to know what can happen in future. It would preparing humans to develop strategies for future concerns. And when I'm talking about future concerns, then this is your applied anthropology, and the topic name is euthenic and eugenics. So there was a time when, see, I'm stopping here. Shared future में I am stopping. Then I have written two concepts: euthenic, eugenics. Euthenic is mechanism established by human so that we can have coexistence, survival globally. All these international relation treaties, international bodies are an outcome of that strategy. Eugenics. So there was a time where Herbert Spencer or Charles Darwin argues that there is a survival of the fittest. Now, with the help of technological advancement, with the help of science, even the weakest can survive. Eugenics is a mechanism in which we are dealing with the problems of an individual through genetics or through genes. So if we are having any genetic problem, so we do have various technologies. DNA recombinant technology, CRISPR technology, if you remember. How many of you know CRISPR, CRISPR? You know that? Yeah, tell me. You delete the genes which is unnecessary, or it's dislocated, relocated, any chromosomal aberration. Because of chromosomal aberration, if any problems we are having genetically. And you also know that DNA technologies are also helping us in paternity disputes, right? Genetic counseling we have. So it means now if we are having any genetics problem or any genetics issue, we can solve it. So euthenic and eugenic is an outcome of humans' achievement only. So that we can actually predict what can happen in the future. And also we have mechanisms so that we can help humans to have survival. Okay, so that is what you people have to write. So the study of anthropology helps the student to develop intellectually. Okay, So anthropology promotes ये बहुत important है, इसको please लिखेंगे as it is. Anthropology promotes a cross-cultural perspective. It allows to see ourselves as part of one human family. This is also important. Critical thinking skills. You can just write down the paragraph pages name, no? Okay. So it helps us in understanding the cultural, biological, environmental, and historical basis of humanity. The self-reflection that results from applying the holistic approach and comparative method provides a broadened worldview. It helps to avoid ethnocentrism. Do write on this, which Yuvraj you have said. Okay, then we develop as global citizens with an awareness of the world around them, similarities, differences, and inequalities. So, thus anthropology studies help the student in personal enlightenment and self-awareness, which are the fundamental goals of education. Anthropology students are trained in oral and written communication, interpersonal skills, problem solving, research, critical thinking, which are needed for success in a variety of careers. So this you people can just skim and skip. So you can see that it provides global literacy, sensitivity to the cultures, and the opportunity to think outside the box. Okay. In short, anthropology is one of the important disciplines that help to grow oneself according to the needs of the society. As anthropology equips an individual for different social responsibility, it provides a wide range of career opportunities as well. Now, career opportunities in anthropology, you people will read on your own. Now write down applied anthropology. So applied anthropology can be the fifth branch of anthropology. The term applied is not a recent origin. It was used by D.G. Brinton. You can write down the name in his speech in early as 1875. But it is used mainly since 1920. Applied anthropology, you can write down here. We did get a 10 marker on this. Applied anthropology refers to the application of anthropological knowledge, data, perspective, theory, and methods. So it's like whatsoever you are studying in anthropology, if you people are applying in your day-to-day life, it is application. For example, by using ethnopometry techniques, okay, anthropology, it is a technique by which you are using certain, measurements, indices, and then you people can figure out that how individuals look differently, not by just explaining observation like the phenotype which you can observe, but with accurate measurements. Now you know that how anthropologists are helping a lot of government or nation missions. For example, whensoever any astronaut are going to the space, it is anthropology. By using anthropometric technique, they design the suit because they exactly know the measurements. Okay, and also in sports, so they do understand their BMI, so like body mass, weight, right? And they do understand their stature. They do understand exact details, measurement of an individual. Since they do have holistic understanding, so they do know that, okay, this particular person coming from which social cultural part or culture. So they also know how do they think, what they eat, and so on. So in this way, anthropologists are playing a significant role, because we know that how we are living in a contemporary society, contemporary world, where sports plays a significant role in bringing and integrating different nations. So in different matches, football, cricket, you know that how different people coming from different countries participate and enjoy. So nowadays it is very important for sports persons, be athletics, be footballer or basketball ball player, they should be knowing about proper intake of their nutrition. So in this manner, anthropologists have holistic, deeper understanding, and they help. So now my understanding with respect to measurements of human being and coming from particular region will help in different department. For example, in space, I've just told you. So as a physical anthropologist, I do know, and I am doing anthropometric measures. So I can make suitable design for people. You know that globally, when you go for shopping, you don't go for your own measurement of shoes, for instance. You know, it's a UK size, it's US size. Okay, so that requires in-depth understanding of any tailor. So this understanding, this anthropological understanding, when I'm applying for our use, it becomes applied. Now, many social cultural anthropologists are doing lot of hard work for solving the problems of tribals. For instance, in India, we know since we have got independence, and even before independence, the issue of tribals were deeper than what it seems. So tribals are those sections who are living in isolated place in forest. So they are dependent on forest not only for their livelihood, but for their social cultural beliefs as well. Now development cannot happen without taking the resources. So government their in their goal, in their objectives to have development, they are dependent in cutting the forest or making dams, for instance, if even it is hydroelectric dams, or if it is about, lot many projects we are getting. So we are developing in forest region, and these people are living over there. Now what is happening? They are going through multiple multiple of issues, such as land alienation. So they are being displaced. Now, once they are displaced, we think that we do have rehabilitation, we do have different policies, and we are going to give them enough money. But first of all, it is not being given to them. It is not actually finally reached to them. So that means that they are going through a lot of problems. There are layers of problems they are facing. Now, as an anthropologist, when I do research in some tribal areas, such as Lalit Prasad Vidyarthi, now see what have I done? I am giving a name, Lalit Prasad Vidyarthi. He did his research in among Mailer tribes. Okay, and then he had come up with the concept called sacred nature complexity. So, his deep insights, his empathetic approach, his deep understanding of ethnographic details or skills by using participant observation method, he came up with deeper insights, crucial information with respect to Mailer tribes, and then he persuaded government what mechanism they can do. So Devar Commission again. Devar Commission. This person was a chairperson of tribal people, tribal head, SC, STs. He also came up with an idea that how people are suffering from diseases. Now what is happening? Since I have broader framework, analytical framework, so when I am doing my research with tribals or among tribals, I am having more clear picture, holistic picture of their problem. And since I know what others are not knowing, I feel more responsible. Now what will happen? I will slowly and gradually would persuade government to do certain actions for them. In this way, what am I doing? I am doing action anthropology. Now I am not acting just like a researcher. I am more than researcher. Now I am telling government, giving recommendations and suggestion what can be done for the welfare of the tribals or any other section. So now my knowledge of anthropology is becoming what? It is getting applied. So in short, any anthropological knowledge which we are applying for humanity purposes, for humanity goals, it is becoming applied. So this is what applied anthropology is. They serve the humankind with a specialized anthropological knowledge. So the way we are reading first chapter, you would see that not many chapters of SCRT we do have to read so deeper. In coming chapters, we are going to cover in a quick pace, in more, I would say, quick manner. हाँ हाँ बहुत ज़्यादा जल्दी cover up हो जाएगा, but the first chapter is crucial, so I cannot go very fast. Got it? So applied anthropology में action anthropology by Soltex, we have got 10 markers. See here, applied anthropology uses anthropological perspective to identify and solve contemporary problems that affect humans, deforestation, which I've just explained. So let us examine the applied scope of 4 subfields of anthropology. Applied scope. The biological anthropologists cover a large number of spheres in applying the knowledge of biological anthropology. They use the knowledge of anthropometry. I have just explained anthropometry in designing clothes, footwear, furniture, designing machinery, artificial limbs, data on human histology like bone, serology like blood, genetics have medical application. They also contribute to disease research, diet and nutrition, health planning. ये भी आप कर लोगे, right? Social cultural anthropology अभी समझाया मैंने, for community development projects, labor disputes, minority problem, fictions in industry to minimize tension. It has become therapeutic science of human relations. ऐसे क्वेश्चन आ जाएगा आपको. Anthropology has become therapeutic science of human relation. Comment आ सकता है question. Write down. Comment or explain. Better write explain. So they understand the psychological attributes of people along with the values of culture and can suggest contextual solutions. There are large number of external agents which continuously threaten to modify a customary way of life. An anthropologist with profound expertise studies and tries to restore the equilibrium of a social system. Write on this. So the lines which I'm underlining, that's supposed to be in your notes. So at the beginning, the major potentially of cultural anthropology was in the application of anthropological knowledge in the administration of native people. Anthropologists could make themselves useful by undertaking studies like hereditary factors in crime, DNA, the significance of race, and so on. Archaeological anthropologists offer general information and education to people through museums, either reconstruction of human culture found. Linguistic anthropology is read once. So practical purpose related with exotic language. So this is applied anthropology, one of the field. Yeah. So UPSC did ask question on action anthropology, which I have just explained. Soltex, okay? Soltex, मैंने बताया था अभी, was the first one to use the concept of action anthropology. So action anthropologists involve themselves ultimately with the social problem and perceive the study in context of actions. So I've just explained that how I'm going to persuade government with my suggestions. So that is action anthropology. Okay. So LP Vidyarthi, and there are various commissions who hire anthropologists, right? So me as a sociologist or social cultural anthropologist have worked in various government projects. They want us their insights to particularly deal with the problems. For example, during COVID-19 situation, I was being hired to explain that how females are going through the mental and all other issues. So working women had more responsibility. Now they are working at home. So the concept of working home and outside got changed. So our meaning of work from home is changed definitely after COVID-19 situation. Now female is at home. That means that she has to take care of the children and other dependents, and she has to do the work part also. Okay. So what was the insight? So I had given all those insights. So because I have broader framework, broader understanding. So this is what you would see action anthropology, 10 markers. Now, relationship of anthropology, relationship between anthropology and other disciplines. Okay. Now, there is always a debate whether anthropology should come in science or social science. Just write down one word, one line. So, in the beginning, definitely it was more closer to the natural part because it was very much related with the concept of evolution. So, in 19th century, anthropology was highly under the influences of natural science. Okay. So it has not been clear to many anthropologists whether they regard anthropology as natural science or social science. Malinowski, a Polish-born British anthropologist, states that culture is a means to satisfy biopsychological needs of human. In this way, according to him, anthropology stands in between natural science and social science. So ये Malinowski वाला point जरूर references में डालेंगे if you will get a question whether it is a social science or natural science. कल्चर क्या है जिससे आप अपने बायोलॉजिकल और साइकोलॉजिकल नीड्स को पूरे करते हो. So according to Malinowski, it's a bridging a gap. Okay. So anthropology is a science of human, but biology examines all living organisms, including human. Both the subject analyze origin, evolution, heredity, variations, and anatomical physiological feature. But दोनों के अंदर कुछ similarities है, तो दोनों के अंदर कुछ differences है. Okay. तो हम बायो नहीं पढ़ रहे हैं. बायोलॉजी तो सारे लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म पढ़ता है, बट एंथ्रोपोलॉजी सिर्फ ह्यूमंस पढ़ता है. और अगर हम कोई स्पीशीज पढ़ते भी हैं तो दे आर क्लोजली रिलेटेड टू ह्यूमंस. लाइक प्राइमेट्स हम पढ़ेंगे, only primates, living or dead, that doesn't matter to us. So yes, we are reflecting on biological evolution. We are also very interested in knowing hereditary mechanism. We are going to discuss about Mendelian genetics. We are going to discuss about polymorphism. We are also going to discuss about Hardy-Weinberg law, that is population genetics. We are going to understand about various diseases, skin filter. There are so many diseases because of chromosomal aberration, Down syndrome. There are various diseases happen just because of some sort of altercations happen with in DNA replication. Okay, so that is DNA replication. Na? So there are some diseases. अगर कुछ ऐसा major changes होता है, so that results in death. But with chromosomal aberration, we do have major diseases, but still human can survive. We are dealing with that, but that does not mean that we are just being a medical professional into it. Similarly, I'm going to talk about nutrition as well. For example, 2 years back, UPSC did ask question with respect to marasmus. Okay, Kaushikar, goiter. What is goiter? बिकॉज ऑफ थायराइड ग्लैंड. ओके, थायरोक्सिन, थायराइड ग्लैंड का मेन रिस्पॉन्सिबल क्या है? टू रिलीज विच हार्मोन? थायरोक्सिन. ओके, तो थायरोक्सिन में अगर कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो गया, ये सारी चीजें, तो यहाँ पे आपका गोइटर स्वेल हो जाता है. कौशिक को रिकेट्स, विटामिन डी का, कौशिक का. ठीक है, अब आप देखोगे कुछ बच्चों के पेट बहुत ज्यादा बाहर निकला हुआ होता है, लिम्स उनके बहुत पतले होते हैं. So it is because of nutritional deficiency. So I am talking about nutritional deficiency, but does it make me a specialist among? Does it make me a nutritionist? No, no, not at all. I am really, I'm reading with, because it is related with humans, but I am reading in a superficial manner. Okay, so I would be talking about ABO blood system. I would be talking about blood. Okay, I would be talking about the components of blood: white blood cells, red blood cells, plasma. Then I would be talking about vasoconstriction. You know that your nerves plays a role. Vasoconstriction, vasodilation. तो जो आपकी blood capillaries है वो dilute हो जाती है, वो कैसे constrict हो जाती है. So how I am responding towards environmental changes. So when I am going to the higher altitude, how humans suffer from hypoxia. Okay, so hypoxia is a condition. It is a lacking of oxygen. अब ऑक्सीजन तो आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो, तो हमारा बॉडी, हम वी आर वार्म ब्लडेड एनिमल्स, तो हम रेगुलेट करते हैं अपना टेम्परेचर. दैट डज नॉट मेक मी एनी डॉक्टर. दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग. आई एम टेलिंग यू दैट you need to maintain a biosocial approach. Yes, with your exam purpose, it would be good for all of us if we can get little deeper into social culture part. If we can deal anthropology the way sociology is being doing, because Arjuna Pudrai was being asked, okay, in your UPSC syllabus. David Morgan is being asked in sociology, okay, and then B.R. Ambedkar was being asked. They are asking question with respect to critical dimensions. So social cultural anthropology is nowadays difficult, and as I have said that this is the anthropology is actually unique in its appearance also. तो biological part, archaeological part difficult लगेगा, बट एक बारी आपने 150 वर्ड्स के नोट मेकिंग कर लिया, 150 वर्ड्स का, यू नो, यू हैव मेड योर नोट्स और 250 वर्ड्स, इट्स डन. सोशल कल्चरल एंथ्रोपोलॉजी विल सीम टू अस वेरी इजी, बट जिस तरीके से यूपीएससी क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है वो डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा. ओके, सो बाइनरी अपोजिशन जैसा दिख रहा है. सो वी हैव टू, डेरिडा भी क्वेश्चन पूछा था, जैक्यूज डेरिडा एंथ्रोपोलॉजी में, पोस्ट मॉडर्निज्म. ओके, सो हमको ये थोड़ा समझना पड़ेगा, राइट? Now, so this is what biological science is. So I would say that when we are dealing with biology, we are interested in knowing with the respect of biological anthropology, not biology at all. So, well, biology is considered biological science, anthropology is considered biosocial science. Okay. So biology views human as a biological entity, but anthropology considers biological and social peculiarities of human. And we give a lot of importance to field work. So anthropology is human diversity. In this, biological diversity is very much significant from the point of view of human evolution. So we are dealing with human paleoanthropology. Fossil records देखेंगे हम, क्योंकि हमको evolutionary character, phylogenetic status समझना है. So to understand Homo sapiens sapiens linkages, so उनका linkages diversification कैसे आया? So common linkages कौन है? Australopithecines. So apes भी हैं, humans के भी characteristics है. फिर we have got Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Neanderthal, Cro-Magnon, this and that. तो उस वो तो अब जिंदा नहीं है, but उनके fossils है. So we are restructuring, reconstructing the past. Okay? तो genetics पढ़ेंगे, human growth and development. So stages पढ़ेंगे, human growth and development. एक बारी zygote से हम बच्चा बन के जा रहे हैं, तो हमारी क्या क्या stages हैं, adolescence में क्या क्या होता है, senescence में क्या होता है, you know, childhood में क्या होता है, वो सब भी पढ़ेंगे. फिर हाइट कर्व ग्रोथ पढ़ते हैं, डिफरेंट स्टडीज होती है, to understand growth and development. So adaptability. So this is what we are going to deal. So biology में हम we are borrowing from other fields like biology, zoology, geology, anatomy, physiology, medicine and public health. Okay. So this is a relationship. So they often collaborate with archaeologists. So the genetics, primates, all this, you people have to just read it very quickly. तो जेनेटिक्स से डील करेंगे, प्राइमेट से डील करेंगे विद रिस्पेक्ट टू ह्यूमन एवोल्यूशन. आई हैव जस्ट एक्सप्लेन टू यू व्हाई जेनेटिक्स, बिकॉज भाई जेनेटिक्स से हमको पता चलेगा वेरिएशन, डाइवर्सिटी. तो नेचुरल सिंथेटिक थ्योरी, दैट इज मॉडर्न सिंथेटिक थ्योरी व्हिच इज एक्सप्लेनिंग अस. एंड मॉडर्न सिंथेटिक थ्योरी इज अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ वेरियस थ्योरीज. नेचुरल सिलेक्शन भी है उसमें, म्यूचुअलिज्म भी है, राइट, म्यूटेशन थ्योरी भी है, देन जीन फ्लो, ऑल दिस थ्योरी. और फिर हम उसके बाद समझते हैं कि वेरिएशन कैसे हुआ, राइट. सो व्हाट आई एम डूइंग, जस्ट गो थ्रू इट, बिकॉज आई हैव टोल्ड यू ना, आपका जो जहां पे मैं रुक नहीं रही हूँ, देखो आप, हाँ, यू जस्ट हैव टू जस्ट रीड इट एंड देन जस्ट अ मोमेंट. You can see I have already made notes out of it. तो जहां पे मैं आप लोगों को बोल रही हूँ कि जस्ट मैं क्विकली रीड कर रही हूँ, आप भी उसे क्विकली रीड करो. सो जैसे ये आपका नोट है, नोट्स मैंने ऑलरेडी नोट्स बना तो रखे हैं. आप क्लास नोट्स में ऐसा होता है, देखो आपका ओरिजिनल आइडियाज एक दिन में डेवलप नहीं होंगे. ओके. सो उसके वजह से मैं आपको नोट मेकिंग कराती हूँ. अब देर आर शैलो पीपल, शैलो एस्पिरेंट्स, लेट मी बी वेरी ब्रीफ, लेट ऑनेस्ट विद यू. कुछ बच्चे होते हैं वो सोचते हैं कि हम कोचिंग में जा रहे हैं तो हम नोट मेकिंग क्यों करें, वो हमको नोट्स दें. तो उन बच्चों के लिए मैंने ये नोट्स और पीपीटीज प्रिपेयर करी हुई है कि यार चलो शायद प्रीलिम्स निकाल के कुछ कर लें, देख लें, हो सकता है मेंस लिखने के बाद उनको समझ में आए कि नहीं भाई सेल्फ आइडियाज भी होता है. तो बच्चों को अलग अलग स्टेजेस में एनलाइटनमेंट होता है सिविल सर्विसेज के लिए. पहले मुझे बड़ा गुस्सा आता था, बहुत मैं फ्रस्ट्रेटेड फील करती थी व्हेन एस्पिरेंट्स, यूपीएससी के एस्पिरेंट्स नोट्स नहीं बनाना चाहते थे. ओके. बिकॉज मेरे दिमाग में कुछ और ही चल रहा था व्हेन आई जॉइन यूपीएससी कोचिंग इंडस्ट्री. नाउ आई रियलाइज के हर बच्चे का थॉट प्रोसेस डिफरेंट होता है और हर बच्चा कभी किसी स्टेज में सीरियस हो सकता है. तो मैंने अगर उनको नोट मेकिंग नहीं किया तो उनको लगेगा बड़ा डिफिकल्ट है, हालांकि कितना इजी है, आपको थोड़े टाइम के बाद लग जाएगा. फिर आपको समझ में आएगा कि नहीं, खुद का इंपॉर्टेंट नोट्स खुद ही बनाओ. तो उन बच्चों के लिए मैंने ये नोट जरूर बनाए हैं और आई वुड से इट विल हेल्प यू एज वेल. आप इसका प्रिंट आउट निकलवा लेना. और बट प्लस आपका खुद के नोट्स भी हैं, ठीक है, जो आप बहुत शॉर्ट शॉर्ट बना रहे हो, और फिर ये नोट्स भी हैं. फिर मुझे नहीं लगता कि आप लोगों को कभी भी कंटेंट की कमी होगी. Okay, so you will have your own original ideas that is also emerging from the class discussion, and then you have this. तो you would see, जैसे अभी आपने जेनेटिक्स वाला पार्ट बात करी, तो हमने अभी ये बायोलॉजिकल एंथ्रोपोलॉजी, सोशल कल्चरल एंथ्रोपोलॉजी, इन सब की बात कर ली, ठीक है. तो लिंग्विस्टिक एंथ्रोपोलॉजी ये हो गया. फिर मैंने कुछ क्वेश्चंस भी पूछे हैं, फिर मैंने बायोलॉजिकल एंथ्रोपोलॉजी की बात करी है, यहाँ पे मैंने कुछ पिक्चर ऑल्स बना दी है. तो आप सिर्फ रीड करना. ओके, क्योंकि मैंने तो नोट्स प्रिपेयर कर ही दिए, ठीक है. जैसे बॉल प्रो का व्हाट ही हैज डन, व्हाट ही हैज सेड, तो पैलियोएंथ्रोपोलॉजी, ह्यूमन जेनेटिक्स, तो आप लोग क्यों बनाओगे फिर, बट रीडिंग तो करोगे. मैं देखो रीडिंग के लिए कह रही हूँ आप लोगों को, है ना. मैं आप लोगों को कह रही हूँ कि आप रीडिंग करो घर जाके. इस अब मैं ये पीपीटी नहीं, अभी नहीं, थोड़ा और रुकने दो. बिकॉज क्या होता है, जैसे अगर मैं पीपीटी सेंड करूंगी तो फिर आप ये मेहनत नहीं करोगे. तो लेट मी जस्ट फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल माइंड योर मेक योर कंट्रोल योर माइंड इन अ वे. ओके. फिर उसके बाद से आई वुड स्टार्ट गिविंग द नोट्स. तो जैसे ही मीनिंग स्कोप डेवलपमेंट खत्म होगा, आई विल गिव यू दिस नोट्स, बट उससे पहले आप खुद मेहनत कर लोगे. ओके. तो ऑल आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल कि आप लोगों को बस नोट मेकिंग करनी है, फिर आप इसका प्रिंट आउट निकाल लेना. हाँ, आपको वैसे भी हेल्प आउट करेगा और मल्टीपल टाइम रिवीजन करोगे दोनों को देख के तो एक अच्छा कंटेंट आपके पास आएगा। ओके, सो बेसिक्स ऑफ एंथ्रोपोलॉजी में मेजर 4 और 5 ब्रांचेस ही मैं इस तरीके से डीप डिस्कस करूंगी। आई एम रिपीटिंग माय पॉइंट दैट ओनली चैप्टर 1 आई एम रीडिंग विद सच अ डेप्थ सारी चीजें, ताकि आपको एक बार पूरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्लियर हो जाएगा। अब फिर जब आप ये पढ़ोगे ना, तब आप इमैनुअल कांट, प्रैग्मेटिक एंथ्रोपोलॉजी, कोटक, फिलिप कोटक और इन सब की चीजें आप समझ पाओगे, क्योंकि फिर फ्रांस बोस को लेके आऊंगी मैं, राइट? फिर मैं मेजर एंथ्रोपोलॉजिस्ट एडवांस में हम डिस्कस करेंगे। सो आई वुड से दैट मेजरली प्रॉब्लम क्या है, बच्चे जो है एंथ्रोपोलॉजी, सोशियोलॉजी जैसे इतने अच्छे ऑप्शंस लेके नो, आप लोग तो इंटेलिजेंट हो, चूज कर लिया आप लोगों ने, ओवरलैपिंग है। फिर उसके बाद क्या आता है, क्योंकि बहुत इजी है ना ये डिसिप्लिन, तो हम फॉर ग्रांटेड लेने लगते हैं। उसके वजह से क्या हुआ है कि कंपटीशन भी बढ़ गया है ना। बट इट जस्ट अगर आपको कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी आ जाएगा और नोट मेकिंग का स्किल, और धीरे धीरे मैं आंसर राइटिंग स्किल्स पे रिफ्लेक्ट करूंगी, देन यू विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड। ओके, सो नाउडेज आई एम नॉट गिविंग एनी ब्रेक टू ऑल ऑफ यू, क्योंकि इस तरीके से क्लास ही चलेगी और 2 आवर्स की भी क्लास नहीं है। बट यस, नाउ आई एम stopping. If you people have any question, please ask me. कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है? चलिए फिर you people can leave then.